You're welcome to the world of English. Let's start with a simple question. Which is the most important thing in life? Money or peace of mind? Please think logically and laterally before answering it. I repeat the question. What's the most important thing in life? Money or peace of mind? My answer is oxygen. You might be wondering, I gave you two options and the answer is from another side. It is quite natural. We have the freedom to think different ways. We can take an answer from some other angle. That's called critical thinking or lateral thinking. Now, before proceeding further, I would like to introduce myself. I am George John, the director of B-GHUD, Mavelikara and Kochi. This is our 25th year of imparting knowledge in the field of IELTS, OET, PTE, TOEFL, English fluency, nursing exams, and so many other international exams. And please note that it is with a sense of pride I am sitting before you. That means during the last 25 years, we have taught thousands of people. I repeat, thousands of students, job aspirants, and most of them reached the progressive nations such as Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Canada, the UK, the USA, Malta, all these places, including Maldives, whether it is developed or not, that's a different question. So please note that, on the 25th year, we feel that we have an obligation towards society. It is not just because of CSR, corporate social responsibility or anything like that. This is not a corporate, but only because, we are well aware that what we are today is purely what we earn from our society, what we got from our students. So therefore, we have an obligation. And when we think of this sense of gratitude towards society, I should say that, fortunately, we belong to a great nation. This is not to project only the bright side of India. Of course, I know we have bright sides, darker sides. To motivate my students, we have to enlighten them what we are. There are about 198 nations, and India stands out on so many areas. And as I told you, of course, we have some darker sides of life or of progress or so many other things you can easily understand. But now I would like to project only the positives because I have to motivate my students. The most important thing is that we are intelligent. Crime rate is less here in India. Comparatively, this is in comparison, not, we definitely have crime, but the crime rate, alcoholism, drug addiction, everything is comparatively less compared to the so-called rich nations of the world. Okay, we are leading a peaceful life because traditionally we are happy with what we have. We find contentment in the basic aspects of life. That's a great thing. To be happy is a great thing, especially with the basic things. And to establish that we are intelligent, I have to take the examples of rishis of India. They have so many slogas. And I should say that, before starting this institute in 1996, about 25 years ago, I had been working with an airline in the Gulf for about 20 years. Therefore, I could visit about 20 nations. And it is from that global perspective we have learned a lot. We could broaden our horizons only because of this travel and also some level of reading. And because, to be a teacher is not just study from the books. We should learn from others. We should learn by reflecting. There is a statement in English that learning is the process of registration, retention, recalling, and reflection. I repeat, learning is the process of registration, retention, recalling, and reflection. And registration means what? It should register in our brains. Retention, it should be there in our memory. And then recalling, we have to take it out. And what is reflection? Reflect means think deeply, approach it from different angle. That is why I started this live program with a simple question. Reflect. Okay? You are blessed with intelligence and you have the freedom to think differently. Okay. Now, please note that again, coming back to the positives of India, we are the only people who could, introduce a great man of the world of integrity, Mahatma Gandhi. There is no other individual equal to him. The whole other worlds created a lot of kings, emperors, and great conquerors, and all these people. But never a man of Gandhi's integrity and Gandhi's vision, and it was his innovative idea that developed passive resistance to bring a great empire on their knees without any bloodshed. That's a great thing. And then when I think of these great people, great thinkers of India, what comes to my mind? Sri Rama, Krishna Paramahamsa, then Swami Vivekananda, of course, an ordinary man called Rabindranath Tagore, although he got Nobel Prize, he was not well educated. Then, thousands and thousands of great thinkers of the world, from villages to cities. And then we come to the great CEOs of America. They are worth mentioning. That shows that we are really intelligent. We have so many good qualities to be successful in life. Because, for example, the first one comes to my mind is Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google. Then we come to Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. Then Miss Geeta Gopinath. He is the second person in IMF, International Monetary Fund. Then Sabir Bhatia, co-founder of Hotmail, and Vinod Khosla, Ajay Bhatt, to name but a few. And the last but not least is Yusuf Ali, a business tycoon of the Middle East. But he is not confined to Middle East alone. Now there is another thing. Our legacies to the world should be mentioned here. We invented zero. What's the proof? Is it not a claim? No, it is not a claim. There is a particular slogan in Sanskrit. I will read it for you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnatsyade Purnasya Purnam Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Avaschade Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You think of Europeans or Arabs or Americans or Australians, where you will get these type of thought-provoking slogans. So therefore, we are intelligent. Now I am coming to my inference is that our people are blessed with less crime rate in their brains, and they are ready to be adaptable even to the extremes of the world or to different lands of the world. That's why wherever we go, we emerge to be successful compared to other people. So therefore, my point is that the people who come to B-GHUD or to any other institute, those who study IELTS, OET, PTE TOEFL, must be taught English in a proper way. For that one, we should be well versed with English. At the same time, we have to make a comparison. In India, for example, there is BA English, MA English, MPhil and all these things. But it is not to criticize anybody, but I should make a statement that, even after that, most of these qualified people, graduates, postgraduates, they don't speak English. Then what's the purpose of teaching them 7 or 8 years in colleges? So there we have to understand that all these international global exams of IELTS, OET and all these things, they have identified 4 modules, 4 areas: listening, reading, writing, speaking. For that, they call it LSRW in short. And they are assessing the proficiency of the candidate in all these 4 areas. I think that's a very good style of training. And most of these exams are by Cambridge, and therefore I think they have done enough research. And only when our students speak well, write well, speaking and writing are the productive areas of a language, and the passive areas are reading and listening. We have to be good at, our students have to be good at all these things. Not just grammar, as many institutes project, grammar. There are so many other things. For example, a good command of vocabulary. When I say that, please note that you should have these type of things in your mind. Synonyms, antonyms, idioms, phrases. Then we come to collocation. In not even a single institute it is being taught. Not even a single educated institute in India it is not being taught. It is an allegation. Collocations are very important to produce natural English. Native speakers always use some words as partners. That's called word partners. That's collocation. Some words will always come with that one. We cannot say financial development. We should say economic development, juvenile delinquency. I am going to serve you food and serve. Let's have a cup of tea. That's a classical example of collocation. I repeat, collocation means word partners. Some words repeatedly come together when native speakers speak English. So for collocation, there is a book by Oxford. It has about 1,000 pages. This is the thing we have ignored in our schools and colleges. That is very important. I repeat, he is going to commit suicide. That commit and suicide. Committing crime is not a good thing at all. Okay, please come home. Please come to my house is wrong. That's collocation. Walking distance. For example, we say times have changed. Times have changed. It is times. And you have to broaden your horizons. Broaden horizons. Okay, I think I told you walking distance. And he came on foot. Okay, that's a phrase. He came on foot. People never come on single foot. But in English it is like that. But I am standing on my own feet. These are all phrases. Collocation means 2 words. I am going to draw my own conclusion. I am going to invest in the bank. I am going to invest in land. But I am going to remit some funds to somebody else. Remit, that is another word which will come with something else. So this is very important. At the same time, phrases are different. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. These are all different. At night. Okay? And I should say at this point that English is not a beautiful language. It's a great language. It is a rich language. It is the most widely spoken language in different parts of the world. Not by most people. That is Mandarin. Okay? So English is widely spoken in different parts of the world. At the same time, we should realize that India is India purely because of English. Although it is a language of those people who oppressed us. It's a reality. Realities must be accepted. And please note that, although this particular episode is for IELTS, OET, PTE students, why I am using English? Because these exams are in English. And all of you definitely have passed +2. If you have passed +2, definitely you can understand this type of basic English. So there is no harm in it. Only by listening to different words, your lexical resource will be enhanced. Lexical resource is not a bombastic word. That means vocabulary. When you think of vocabulary, please understand that synonyms, antonyms, phrases, collocations, and then we come to in IELTS, PT and OET and TOEFL, organization of ideas. It is very important, of course, in a different style. And then we come to the another thing, grammatical range and accuracy. That's very important. Grammar is important, but that is not the only thing. And then pronunciation, the subtle aspects of pronunciation. For example, the prosodic features of English pronunciation. They are stress, diction, and intonation. Stress is for a word, potato, photograph, tomato, photography, examination, furniture, burden, surgeon, food. These are the examples of stress. What is diction? Success. ക്ലിയറായിട്ട് പറയുക. സക്സസ്. Examination. Then we come to competitive, okay, and then at a time. So there is something called the plosive sounds in English language, that's called the PTK, although there are 5. PTK are very important. When you say about paper, that paper should be shivering or vibrating. Pepper, okay, pepper. That's called the plosive sounds. PTK. When native speakers speak English, if you pay attention, you can understand that they give importance for these 3 letters. So anyway, coming back to the different aspects of language, once I told you this fluency is very important, and fluency is not at all speaking very fast. Instead, fluency is speaking the way it should be, with stress, diction and intonation, and also with the right pace of speaking. Then only the listener can understand. Then coherence means organization, and lexical resource I told you, and grammatical range and accuracy. Please note that traditionally grammar is being taught, parts of speech, different tenses. Some people say 12 sentences. Some people teach only 10 tenses, and then auxiliary verb, then adjective, pronoun, adverb, preposition, so many things. Most of the students come for 1 month, 2 months. That's not enough. My argument is that, to study BCom or BA, any graduation, 3 years required. For MBBS, it is 5 years. For nursing, it is 4 years. So time is required for everything. But somebody started IELTS in Kerala. He started just for 2 months, and everybody followed suit. For example, OET. Who told you 2 months enough? There are so many things to be learned. Organization of a letter without mistakes. Punctuation is very important, not just spelling. Pronunciation is important. So everything should be taught. And who told you 2 months enough? So my suggestion to all those who listen to this one, please understand that there are so many things to study in all these exams. And for example, OET, they are going to pay 35,000 rupees as an exam fee. For Australia, it is a small amount. For the British, it is a small amount. For we Indians, it is a very big amount. So therefore, think twice before you pay for the exam. Please note that I have written 7 books, of course, with the help of my staff. And it took about 20 years to make it a comprehensive book, error-free book, or an exhaustive book. IELTS and TOEFL made easy. This is being sold in different parts of India, the Gulf, and some people are selling in Singapore and Malaysia. Why I am telling you, we have done enough homework for all these things. But our students think that if they are fluent, they can get IELTS. We are talking about 7 band in IELTS. 7 out of 9 is about 81% of marks. For that one, some more time should be spent. And then for OET, anyway, we have written about 7 books. This particular area is to educate you, not to market B-GHUD or anything like that. You have the freedom to join any institute. OET at first attempt. Why I gave a name like that? Because these people simply joining some institute and paying some fees, and then when the result comes, they cry. Then they start studying. All this could be avoided. OET at first attempt is possible only if you study at least 2 or 3 months, and that also focusing on that one. But unfortunately, most of the nurses, they constitute 80% of OET test takers, and they might have children, they are married, so many issues, they have in-laws and this, that. How can they focus on these type of things? So only when you focus and only when you are sure that you are going to get this particular exam or passed, then only you should think. I repeat, then only you should think of registering the examination. Okay? And now I'm going to explain that, we have to, our students have to be good at pronunciation, good at grammatical range and accuracy, and our style is different. Instead of teaching all the tenses, all the auxiliary verbs, all the nitty-gritty of grammar, there is an indirect way of teaching. That's called correction of sentence. I am going to read some wrong sentences in my book, then I am going to tell you which is correct. These are all exercises from my book. Okay. For example, in this book, page number 206, for those people who have this book, please take it. Otherwise, just listen to that. You will get an idea. Page number 206, I'll go to abroad. So please note that there are so many words in English which do not attract any preposition. He is upstairs, she is downstairs. Please come home. Let's go home. Let's go shopping. Let's go jogging. So no preposition required. Despite of is wrong. Despite. Comprises of is wrong, but comprised of is wrong. So each and everything I am not going to be in detail at a later stage as days pass by, because this particular program will be on every Saturday from 7 to 8 p.m. So please find time to listen to this one, and if you can subscribe to this particular channel, we shall be grateful. So the next sentence, I write a diary. There is no English like that. The correct collocation is I keep a diary. Let's go for shopping. No. As I told you, let's go shopping. The test is on April. For month and year. I repeat, for month and year it is always in. Gandhiji was born in 1869. Okay. He was born in October. I'll go home. I will go to home is wrong. I will go to my house is wrong. I'll go home. And also, see, please note that while I give you some insight into these type of things, I will try my best to give you some explanations. So indirectly with these explanations, we are trying to give you some insight into the subtle aspects of English. Subtle means the nuances of English language. What is nuances? Pragadamallathadum pradhanapattadum. As I told you, oxygen is the most important thing, but oxygen is not to be seen. Anyway, so I will go home. The pronunciation is not correct. I'll go home. I'll go home. Okay. Then we come to I have driven a bike. Wrong. I have ridden a bike. Again, collocation. So riding a bike, driving a car, driving a jeep. Okay. Then we are going to change the house. That's not good English. We are going to move the house. And at this point, please note that, suppose I have filed a suit against somebody, and then I am going to give an appeal to somewhere else. I can say I am going to move the High Court, move the Supreme Court. Move means filing an appeal. So, what is my point? To be good at English, we should have, or you should have, some good habits of reading. Of course, I know reading is a thing of the past because of the advent of technological breakthroughs or advancements in technology, especially digitization. Everything is at your fingertip. Now communication is instantaneous. Communication is instantaneous. With one WhatsApp call, you can call South Africa or New Zealand or Antarctica. Life is very easy now. But the paradox is that, the paradox is that there are great tools for communication, but we hardly get time. Hardly എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കാര്യമായിട്ട് സമയം കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. Hardly, scarcely, rarely, barely, seldom. Complete ഇല്ലെന്നല്ല, കാര്യമായിട്ടില്ലെന്നുള്ളതാണ്. We hardly get time to develop or enhance intimacy among our own people. We have kith and kin, that means, friends and relatives, but we hardly get time because we are busy with so many things. This is the bane of the day. Bane means shabam. This is the curse of the day. Then we coming back to this wrong sentences. It serve him good. Two mistakes. It serves. If the subject is singular, there should be an S. He knows English. They know English. The plural of he is they. I don't think in any school or college they are teaching this one. The plural of she is they. In the Gulf, when I went to one British school, I could see it was written on the wall, the plural of he is they and the plural of she is they. Plural of it is, you can say those, and the plural of, or that also is those, this is these. Okay, it serves, it should be serves. It serves him well. Why well? Because, how are you? I am doing good. Traditionally, it was wrong because doing good is adjective and well is adverb. So, I am doing well, that's correct English. But in modern English, it is accepted. For example, we all are doing something. We are having food or something like that. Then I can say, I am done. But in grammar, that's wrong. Some other time, I shall explain these type of things. But everybody says, I am done. So just like that, I am doing well is correct, but in modern English, because it is dynamic, English is dynamic, and we can say, it serves him well. We can say, it serves him good, no harm, because people say, I am doing good. That is accepted in modern English now. He told me that he would come. This is the most common mistake people make, that he told me that he will come. That is wrong. He told me that he would. Biden told me that Kamala Harris might be visiting India. Biden told me that. Told is the past tense. That is a introductory verb of that sentence. Then past form, not past tense. Past form will come. Biden told me Miss Kamala Harris would be visiting. Would be, might be, could be. And please note that shall in the direct speech will be changed to would, not should. Okay? For example, I told you I shall come to your house. You should tell somebody that John told me that he would come to my house. He come to my house. That shall is changed to would. Okay? Will and shall, I shall explain to you the present perfect, different tenses as days pass by. Everything will be analyzed for your own benefit. And because, as I told you, we have some obligation towards our people, our students. Our students are intelligent. Our students are ready to work in a team. And we are ready to be adaptable in another country, even in the extreme climatic conditions of Canada, for that matter. Please note that, in Canada, about 6 ministers are from Punjab. And if you go to Canada, you are going to live in the real estate in the accommodations of, or the flats of Punjabis. Okay? They are not as educated as we are. But at the same time, if you go to some other countries in progressive nations, definitely you might be fortunate to hire a flat of a Keralite or an Indian. And please note that, people in Gujarat and Telangana or Andhra, Kerala, and cities Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, and especially Punjab, they pass +2 to go abroad. That's a new trend now. Whether it's a good trend or a bad trend, it is debatable. Then we come to another sentence. She's one of my friend is wrong. She's one of my friends. See, please try to improve your English like this. These are all basic things I told you so far. Basic, very, very basic things. So, she's one of my friends. This is one of the reasons. Kerala is one of the states of India. One of the always attract a plural object. She forgot her umbrella in the bus. That's wrong. She left her umbrella in the bus. Then we come to she was holding an umbrella. That's the correct English, because never say she was catching umbrella. If you say she was catching an umbrella, that is pure Malayalam. Okay? And I am pretty sure that, all of you can understand what I say. I have not used any bombastic words or anything like that. Maybe my pace of talking is a bit fast. As far as possible, I shall try to reduce it. The sun shined is correct. Has shone is correct. Behind clouds is wrong. Behind the clouds. Anything in the sky should be preceded by all the stars, all the planets, then the sky, all the direction in the east, in the west, and all these things. Okay. Then I wish, I can is wrong. The structure in English, I wish I could. I wish, suppose you are asking for a loan, oh my God, I wish I could help you. I wish I had a car. എൻ്റെ കാറില്ല, ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുമ്പോൾ I wish I had a car. I wish you reached America instead of wasting your life here. Okay. Then we come to I saw a dream. No, I had a dream. In Oxford and Cambridge, it is clearly written, these type of explanations. I had a dream. And please note that, of course, I have my own teachers in schools and colleges, but this is my present guru. I have to refer to these type of things, because when I teach somebody, I should have some level of authenticity. And I think it is up to show you, or I think it is time to give you some advice. Okay, I know advice is not welcome by people who need it most. Okay, if you are ready to advise somebody, they are not ready to listen to. The most important habit to get a good score in IELTS, OET, PT, and TOEFL is the habit of reading. And what to read? My suggestion: first you read Malayalam or Tamil or any other regional language. Then you read one of the English newspapers, okay, the Hindu or the Indian Express. You know why? Then automatically you will be familiarized with words. Automatically your lexical resource or vocabulary will become strong. Okay, so after reading the news, whether be it local or international, then when you read this type of news, you don't need a dictionary. Automatically you can understand or assimilate or comprehend. I think I must show you that most of the institutes are following this type of books. So why I am going to show you these type of books is that you should be familiarized with this type of examinations to get a good score. The most important strategy of IELTS or OET is that, you should be well versed with the particular pattern of writing that exam, because all these exams are time bound. For example, reading in both OET and IELTS, for that matter, TOEFL and PT, these are all time bound. You have to ensure that, you complete that task within the time stipulated. Now, I'm just showing some books. It has no hidden agenda or anything like that. Almost all institutes have these books. This book is a very small thing, IELTS academic. It is not academic, it is academic. They are all with CDs. Okay, And these books are good, but I think this is not enough for an Indian student to get a good score because we have to be good at so many things. The most important thing is confidence to perform well on that exam day because most of the cases, all these exams are conducted in five-star hotels. If our level of confidence is not optimum, then definitely we will be we will not have enough capability to perform well. Okay, this is another IELTS again small books. This is not enough. That is what I am telling you. These are all just practices, just a test. That's all. They don't say how to get a good score. The answer is no. Why no? They don't say. They have no time. This is exclusively for IELTS general, and this is for academic. A very small book by somebody else. This is by IDP. Just I am showing that in this particular area there are so many things to be learned. Okay, I know that you have no time to read all these things. We are ready to read for you, but you should pay attention to us. This is an excellent book written by 5 ladies from the UK. Complete skills of IELTS: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Why I am showing? Because a huge number of things are mentioned here. About 500 pages are here now. Okay, that means, do you think you are going to get 2 months? Do you think you are going to get enough time to read all these books? These books are not just for reference. You have to do the exercise. For that one, time is required. So, if you are a student of something else, start learning IELTS or OET, VT now itself. We need a lot of time to be to get a good score in IELTS. Okay, then I should introduce this particular book to you, OET Preparation Nursing. This is from Cambridge, and although it is full of exercises, the answer key is there in the internet. Okay, they have a particular pattern of getting a number and getting access to the internet. So a lot of things to study. So instead of spending 35,000, please ensure that you studied enough. This is another book on IELTS, and please note that this is enough for the part of grammar. Okay, so again, this is the third time I am telling you, grammar is not the only thing in IELTS or OET or PTE. There are so many other things to be learned. Okay, for example, I said the word called learned. L-A-R-N-T, that's the spelling of British English. If it is in America, it is L-A-R-N-E-D. Okay, Gandhiji was a learned man. That is an adjective. So you have to pay attention to these minute details. So this is just a book on grammar. Of course, most of the institutes are following these type of things, but ensure that you clear your doubts with your mentors, with your teachers. And this is quite a big book. This is a teacher's grammar of English. So there are so many things. You don't have to study, you don't have to buy all these books, but ensure that you are well versed with vocabulary, grammar, lexical grammar, then pronunciation and all these things. Because we can easily improve pronunciation if you pay attention to minute details. That's not over. There is something called Mr. Raymond Murphy, and he has written a book on intermediate English grammar. This is just for +2 students, but we need grammar of that level. And almost all of you are familiarized with this particular book called English Grammar and Composition by Wren and Martin. This is being utilized in most of the schools and colleges. There are about 350 pages. If you read 100 pages, you will definitely get more than 7. Come to again Cambridge IELTS Extra, then again Cambridge New Insight into IELTS, and that's about that. In the meantime, I should say something else to boost the morale that we are smart people. Please note that this is a particular book by a Malayali lady. Okay, it seems to be very small, but it has about it weighs 2 kilograms. It is an authentic book. It is an excellent book on some other field, especially English, but on literature. Okay, so why I am telling you, we are not ordinary people. We are smart people. When the opportunities are in favor of us, we will definitely bear fruits. Our youngsters are lucky that there are huge vacancies in all these progressive nations. Why I am saying progressive nations? Because it is in these nations gender equality is maintained. Of course, crime rate is there, but rule of justice is there. Okay, as they say, justice delayed is justice undone or justice denied. So rule of law is there, and the other thing is that in all these progressive, why I call it progressive nations, opportunities are same for everybody, not on the basis of some other parameters, caste, creed, religion. They don't care about religion. So they are good. For example, America is known as a land of opportunities. You go there, if you're ready to work, you can be a millionaire or even a billionaire. That's the case of Elon Musk or Bill Gates or thousands of people. Opportunities aplenty are there if you're ready to work, if you're industrious. Now, I would like to tell you that you should keep a book like this, your personal book, to write new words, new phrases, and all these things. Now, I would like to resume this correction of sentences. Don't think that I deviated, but I wanted you to see that there are a lot of things to be studied. Because you have no time, we are ready to study for you, and we are ready to teach you what is required in all these global English exams. Don't simply think that, it is a test of your fluency or anything like that. Okay, then we come to, I wish I had a car. I told you that's a structure. I wish to go to America, that's correct. But this is another structure. I wish I had a car. I wish I could help you. That's a structure. I am born. There is no English like that. I was born. Because that birth happened in the past, I was born. Why I was born? Because being a child at that time, I had no role, or you had no role. I was born in Delhi. I would like to give you an explanation. For all cities, all states, all nations in. And at B-GHUD we teach from district onwards in. There is no hard and fast rules in Oxford or Cambridge or anything like that. They have examples, at London. Many people say in London, which is correct. In Kochi, when I go there, many people say at Kochi. We can't say it is wrong. And their explanation is that, I have in my mind a particular point in Kochi, Marine Drive. So therefore I am using at. Anyway, forget about that. In real terms, please note that, cities, all districts onwards in. I was born in Alleppey, in Kochi, in Bangalore. I studied in Delhi, and all cities in, all provinces in, and date and day on. Gandhi was born on a Thursday. He was born on 2nd October. Okay. Then we come to Lal seldom comes here. That means seldom means very rarely. Never nallad. Very rarely. For example, this is another most complicated word in English language. Little. I have little knowledge to teach you. That doesn't mean that I don't know anything. I know something, but that is not enough to teach you. So, Lal seldom comes here means comes here. It should be comes here because Lal is singular, and Lal seldom, very rarely comes here. Then we come to He scarcely come here. No, he scarcely comes here. I repeat, seldom, scarcely, hardly, rarely, barely. If you ask me, I will say, that is wrong. If you ask me, I would say. That is a particular structure. What is the structure? Let's get started. That's the sentence. Let's get started. First come, first served, that ed should be there. First come, first served. Don't be panic. There is no English like that. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay? And there are so many things like that, fixed preposition. The earlier the better. That the is required. The earlier, that means the more, the more. The earlier the better. Okay? If you ask me, I would say. Then we come to everybody have their rights. That's wrong. Everybody has their rights. Everybody is one word. So please pay attention to what I say. Everybody, somebody, nobody. All these are one words. Okay? And all these are considered to be singular in English grammar, but meaning is plural. I was suspecting 100 students today, and when I started the class, I found that everybody has come. Why everybody has? In grammar, it is singular. In meaning, it is plural. Everybody has their rights. Why it is there? Because I think because of feminism, because they are aware of their rights now, and they have a valid argument also, because for ages humankind have been exploiting them. It is high time they should be given the freedom the way they want. But unfortunately, in our traditional societies, we dictate terms how women should wear, dress, what time they should travel, and how they should behave, and all these things. It is high time these patterns are changed. Anyway, everybody has their rights. That's correct. Before, when I was a child, I was taught everybody has his right. Those days are gone. His, her, not correct now. Instead, we can use their. Nobody is inferior than others. That's wrong. Nobody is inferior to others. Inferior to, superior to, listen to. Command of, perception of, congratulate on. These are all fixed prepositions. Then we come to those twins are similar. That is not good English. Those twins are identical. The doctor has gone for home. Not good English. The doctor has gone home is okay. The doctor has left for home. That's correct. And regarding this leave and left, please note that he is leaving for Canada. That means അങ്ങോട്ട് പോവുകയാണ്. He is going there. And he left Canada means he left Canada for good. If you add for good means forever. It is a very common word in the Gulf. I am leaving for good means I am leaving forever. I am not going to come back to the Gulf. So leaving Canada is correct. Leaving Canada is coming back to India to settle. And I am leaving for Canada. That means I am going to reach Canada. It is time he learned his lessons. It is time he learned his lesson. It is time he learned. Please note that, these sentences we have taken from our experience and from what our students write. So these are all random mistakes. If you are well versed with these type of things, you can reduce these silly mistakes. For example, now I told you well versed. Whenever you see a well, put a hyphen. 2-3 cases that hyphen won't come. There is no need of knowing it. Whenever you see well, just put a hyphen. Ill hyphen. Self-confidence, self-esteem, everything is hyphenated. Ever-growing hyphen. Okay? Well-to-do hyphen, 2 hyphen. Head-on collision only 1 hyphen. I think in the beginning I told you English is a bit confusing language. Why I say that, spelling, or first of all, there is a statement that English is unphonetic. That means we write something, we read something else. And then we come to the other thing, Spelling, no sensible fellow can understand because there are no particular rules. There are exceptions to exceptions. For example, deceive, receipt. That's C-E-I-V, receipt, R-E-C, deceive. But achieve, I-E. I can talk for hours on the nitty-gritty or the basic aspects of spelling. For example, there is a particular word in English language called key. ചെറിയ ബോട്ട് ചെട്ടി കൊല്ലത്തൊക്കെ ഉള്ളതെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കീ എന്നാണ്. അതിൻ്റെ സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് QUAY എന്നാണ്. വെറും ക്യൂ എന്ന് എഴുതിയാൽ വി ആർ ഗോയിങ് ടു റീഡ് ക്യൂ, ബട്ട് ദ അതർ വൺ ഈസ് QUEUE. ഇൻ ലെഫ്റ്റനൻറ്റ് ദർ ഇസ് നോ എഫ്, ഇൻ ഇനഫ് ദർ ഇസ് നോ എഫ്, ഇൻ ത്രൂ and tough, cough, all these are, we write something, we read something else. Kernel, spelling is complicated. Okay? So, as I have to finish so many other things, some other day I will dedicate a particular class only on spelling, and then bit on grammar, and then on vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, collocations, idioms, phrases. Time and tide waits for no man. Why it is waits? No logic in English. It is waits. Some people say time and tide wait for no man. That's okay. As long as message is conveyed, then in IELTS and OET you will get a good score. Okay, and please note that I could attend about more than 140 training during the last 25 years by British Council, about 40 by IDP, and a few by TOEFL, and a few by PTE. All these examiners told me that as long as the candidate is ready to write and speak English without much mistake, they can expect a good score. But unfortunately, our students hardly read anything. Therefore, they are not good at spelling. For example, comma. My grandma is in a comma, COMA. And punctuation, comma, COMMA. In IELTS and OET, PTE, TOEFL, punctuation is very important. And so many subtle aspects are to be learned. Okay, come back to this one. Money is a scarce article. That's wrong. It doesn't collocate. Money is a scarce commodity. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to hearing from you. This is correct. After two, usually ing will not come. I am going to killing you. We can't say like that. But in English language, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to receiving a gift from you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Now, future of India and China are bright. Two mistakes. The future. There are some words in English language that whenever you use that particular word, the will come. The availability. Always. Whenever you see availability, the availability, the development, the introduction, the same as, the increase, the future. So this sentence should be corrected as the future of India and China is bright, because the subject of the sentence is the future. So therefore, future is singular, so it should be is. Sorry, it should be is. I repeat, the correct sentence, the future of India and China is bright. Then, benefits of globalization are many. No, when you write, it should be the benefits of globalization. Globalization, you can use yes or is. There is something called consistency in spelling. You have the freedom to write is or s for organization, visualization, actualization, all these things. But if you're writing an essay, if you're using is completely, all words in that category should be using is. And if you are using yes, okay, you have the option, but it should be yes throughout the essay or letter or whatever it is. Crime should be dealt severely. That dealt always attracts a preposition. Crime should be dealt with severely. Man is always behind money. That's wrong. Man is always after money and fame. Money is always after money and fame. He is after that lady. Okay? He is after fame. Most of the cine artists are after fame. After. Everybody is after money. So that after is the fixed preposition. And then we come to TV gives us wrong. The TV, the internet. The is required, not because it is particular. That is the rule of English language. The TV gives us lot of information. Lot of is wrong. Lots of or a lot of. Lot of is wrong. The TV gives us a lot of information. And there are so many words in English language without plural. Information, advice, aircraft, evidence, furniture, equipment. No S required. Please don't use it. I repeat, information, advice, aircraft, equipment, evidence. There are so many without an S. Okay? And so ensure that we are not adding an S to information. Police is or are. Police always are. Because in the UK, always two policemen walk together. Why? They have their own traditional reasons. Police are, and always the police, because we have a particular police department in our mind, maybe of Kerala, maybe of America, something. The police are conducting further investigation. The police are conducting further information. Okay? His prospectus for employment is bright. That's wrong. There are so many commonly confused words. Some other day I'll throw some light into that. His prospects for employment are bright because prospects are bright. Okay? And there is a huge shortage. The correct word is there is an acute shortage of food in the country. There is an acute shortage of food in the country. Then I am stopping it there, but I have another page, page number 207. Very, very simple thing. I know so many people are highly qualified, those who listen to me, because most of you belong to the category of from plus 2 to PhD level. You have to believe that we also got opportunity to teach PhD people because IELTS is not so difficult an examination, but they wanted to understand the particular pattern because PhD is a different thing, MPhil is a different pattern. Now I'm going to use a bit of Malayalam for proper explanation. At the same time, English also will be used. He smokes. That means he is in the habit of smoking. Okay? He smokes means yesterday, today, tomorrow. An example is that he smokes a lot. That's fine. He goes to church. It can be every day, once every month, maybe once a year. For example, Mohanlal goes to Shabarimala. Mohanlal goes to Shabarimala. That means it can be every day, every week, every month, every year. Once a year. It is always a year. But an year, I lost an year in an accident. He spent a year in Dubai. Okay? So he goes to Shabarimala a year. It is a habitual action. It can be every month, every day, every year. I come from Goa. I am coming from Goa is not accepted in IELTS exam. And you are from, I come from Mavelikara. Finished. Because I am not coming now. I am simply sitting here. If you are traveling, you can say, I am coming from Goa. So here I come from Goa. Then every day I get up at 6 a.m. So I am reading the correct sentences and explaining because I don't want to confuse with the wrong ones. Every day is one word here in this context. Sorry, here it is two words. Every day he goes to church. That means every day. Day is qualified by every. Every day he goes to church. Now, here is another sentence. These are all correct sentences. One of my friends has come. One of my friends, that yes is important as I told you. One of my friends has come. Why it is has? Because here the subject is not friends, it is one. One of the reasons is, one of my friends is going to America. Then we come to, I wish I were rich. That's correct. I wish I were rich. This is hypothetical. Okay? ഭാവന എന്ന് പറയുന്നതാണ്. I wish I were. If I was in America. In modern English it is accepted. Many people, even native speakers, speak English like that. But please make it a point that always use W-E-R-E, not W-H-E-R-E. If I were there, it wouldn't happen. If I were there, it wouldn't happen. That is second conditional. Okay, I wish I were rich. ഞാൻ റിച്ച് അല്ല, ഭാവനയെന്ന് പറയുന്നതാണ്. I wish I were rich. I wish I could meet Mr. Biden. I wish I could. That means I have not yet met, and it is a wish. It's a mere wish. Then we come to, I can do it. I am able to do it. I can do it is enough. I can lift an elephant. That's enough. I am able to lift an elephant. That's not required. Then animal milk is not good for heart. That's a mistake. Animal milk is not good for the heart. The heart means not particular. These are the areas our teachers also went wrong. Because most of us were taught that the moment you see the, it is particular. It is not. As I told you, some words I repeat, the development, the same. Whenever you write same, always the introduction, the availability, the increase, always. When you write graph, the. That's very important. Okay? Here, animal milk is not good for the heart. The heart means all hearts in the world. When, this healthcare professionals study anatomy, they know that the title of that particular thing, the kidney, the brain, okay, the spine, always the. So here it should be animal milk is not good for the heart. The heart. Dog is a man's friend. That's wrong. The dog is man's friend. The dog. The dog means not a particular dog, but we are encompassing all the dogs in the world, species, completely. This particular word, species, in one of the dictionaries, I could see 3 types of pronunciation. So from my experience, I can tell you that don't worry about these different pronunciations. As long as you can speak effectively, as long as there is no strain on the examiner, life is going to be easy. That is what they told us. Okay? For example, fragrance, satiate. Okay? And some people say challenge, some people say challenge. These are all accepted. Don't worry about the silly things. You speak fluently with some mistakes. No problem. That is my message after checking with the examiners of these international exams I am telling you. Then we come to, the dog is man's friend. The dog, not a particular dog. Mankind doesn't attract the. Never say the mankind. Mankind has done a lot of harm to nature. Nature is another word. This with the confusion. Nature doesn't attract the. Okay? But that is the nature of children. That is the nature of boys. The nature is correct. But we have to protect nature. But however, the problem with English is that whenever you write environment, here the same meaning of nature. You always have to put the. The environment must be protected. But nature must be protected. Okay? Then we come to, Gandhiji is well known and the well-being of Indians was his priority. Not was, it is was. Okay? Gandhiji is well known and the well-being of Indians was his priority. Okay? Now, with one more sentence I would like to conclude. The quality of education is on the increase. This particular word, quality, is always attracting the. The quality of education is on the rise. And one more thing, we should always say this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, but tonight. That is very important. We are not supposed to say today morning, today evening. That's wrong. That is what they told us. And the last one, India has got independence in 1947. There is a mistake. India has got independence in 1947. 1947 is a point of time, or it is a time phrase. What are time phrases? Yesterday, last year, and day before yesterday. All these are time phrases. 1947, time phrase. We should never put has or have, because we cannot write in present perfect. Another day I shall be enlightening you on the most complicated tense called the present perfect. It is not just mainly the way we were taught. Anyway, here coming back to this one, India got independence in 1947. That is correct. It should be simple past because time phrase. For example, I met him yesterday. That's correct. I have met him yesterday. Wrong. If yesterday is not there, do you know that guy? Yeah, I have met him. I have written a book. I have passed MA. Okay. So you can say all this without time phrase. The moment time phrase is in your mind, then it should be simple past. I met him the other day. The other day means innalil. Okay. With this one, I conclude this particular live program, and thank you very much for your patient listening, and please subscribe this channel, and you send us the feedback. Okay, if you're happy, what way we can improve this training, if the pace of talking is not good, or any other way I can improve myself, then we are open to your suggestions. Thank you very much for the time you spent with us. Thank you.
The world is wide open for bright candidates. Therefore, getting a good score in IELTS, OET, PTE, and TOEFL has become a great need for job aspirants today. B-GHUD has been producing excellent results in all these global exams on English for the last 24 years. We are one of the 2 Platinum Plus members of British Council. The prestigious national awards and accolades we received at a national level manifest our focus on producing commendable results. Our intensive online one-on-one classes on IELTS, OET, PTE, TOEFL, and the global exams on nursing have proved to be successful in attracting excellent results. B-GHUD Academy, along with the professional guidance of M&G and GB, one of the most reputed consultancies of India, will definitely help you reach your dream destinations such as Canada, the US, the UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. M&G and GB Education are the authorized agents of 650 plus universities and colleges in 15 different countries and are associated with reputed immigration lawyers in Canada and Australia. May the Almighty Lord help you achieve your goal at the earliest.